Itachi. You might wonder why he's your favorite character. You might wonder why you love him. You might wonder why he's him. You might wonder why you relate. You might wonder why you ain't got the Sharingan. But you do. I mean, let's go ahead and get straight to it. I took some notes over here about Itachi. I just want to go ahead and say he was a free man. Free. He didn't live under any constraints other than the constraints that he put himself through. That's true freedom. He was able to make his own choices. He was able to, by those choices, create boundaries that when his choices get questioned, he allowed it to be questioned. But for somebody to take those choices away from him, he set boundaries. I'm not going to do that because I already made the choice. If you have not finished Naruto, go ahead and click off because it's going to be some spoilers. I told you click off. I'm going to give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Itachi dies. Itachi fights Sasuke. Itachi fights Sasuke 3-4 times. Itachi dies. Did I already say Itachi died? Sasuke took his Sharingan. Got the internal Mangekyo Sharingan. Didn't I tell you to click off the video? Alright then. Look. Itachi was free. Free man. Wonderful man. Don't really understand or know him as a person because he's a character, of course, but he's a character that I can relate to, and obviously you can too because you're here. I took some notes down, so we can just get a better understanding of why Itachi is not only your favorite character but my favorite character, one of our favorite characters, and this is why. Not needing to be understood. Itachi never was the type of person, and if you watch Naruto, if you watch Itachi, he was never the type of person to care to be understood. In fact, he left so people wouldn't even question him being misunderstood and understood. The nigga killed his whole village. You think he wanted to be or cared to be understood? Let's be real. It was never about being understood with Itachi. It was about more so his freedom, more so his understanding. Once he became aware through him, he was able to then make his own choices and protect those choices based off of who he wanted to be, and that's true freedom. Explaining yourself doesn't always help, and this ties back to real life. This is why Itachi is your favorite character, so apply everything what I'm saying for Itachi to yourself. Itachi understood explaining yourself doesn't always help, so he made his choices, and through his choices, he allowed his choices to explain his choices. Let me go ahead and say that one more time. Through his choices, he made choices through his awareness. He understood what he wanted, so that allowed him to make specific choices for himself. He allowed his choices to explain his choices. He didn't have to go over here and be like, the reason I made this choice is because of this. The reason I made this choice is because of this. The reason you won't even understand him if you was like, why you kill your whole village? Nigga, why you kill your whole village? Ain't that your family? He then get into explaining that shit, and now you got the right to judge him because he tried to help you understand something that was for his freedom. It's not about you explaining shit to anybody. It's more so about allowing your choices to explain themselves, because that's just how that shit works. Like, it just works like that. Don't ask me, don't shoot the messenger. It just worked like that. Work. And that leads into the next thing that I wrote. Some people aren't equipped to understand certain perspectives. Some people think there's only just one perspective. That's tough. You feel me? That's tough. I can't. That's tough. Because everybody has their own lives. Everybody has their own point of view that they see life from. So for somebody that might be like, nigga, Itachi is one of my favorite characters. The character that I love. 100%. But I can understand Itachi from my perspective. Somebody else that love Itachi can understand Itachi from his perspective. But somebody that hate Itachi, oh, he killed his family, oh, he did this, oh, he did that. That's their perspective. And for me to try to get them to understand without them being able to understand for themselves is that's insane. You drive yourself insane trying to get somebody to understand your perspective. Not everything needs to be understood, and Itachi understood that. this is something that you need to understand. He just leads by example, and I'm just here to kind of break it down to help you understand. Help me understand. Word. He just more so seek peace over validation, meaning everybody can be right. Prime example, somebody might think driving reckless is fun, is good, morally right? But then somebody else on the other side might think, oh my goodness, driving reckless is terrible. Driving reckless is, why would you do that? That's morally wrong. It just depends on who you are. And him being who he is, instead of him seeking outside validation, oh, this is right, this is right, this is right, this is right, because this is right, no, this is right. He didn't care to be right. That's how I feel. I don't care to be right. You can, right, you right. Oh God, like, I just let you talk on bro. And Itachi remind me of exactly that type of person. And if you are a Itachi fan, you probably gonna remind yourself of that type of person. You seek peace over validation. That's just the type of nigga you is, and that's cool. Itachi always seen, what I've noticed, is consequences before action. This is the reason why he, first of all, his Sharingan helped him, but it was more so the type of person he was, the awareness he had. Itachi saw outcomes before choices was made. The same thing I do. I can know that something can start some chaos because this type of person don't know how to control themselves, but it's up to me to decide if I want to say anything to keep my peace or say anything to allow me to be free, depending on how I go about it. So it just depends on who you are and how you want to go about it. My camera about to die, and it's always about to die. It's so like annoying. I need a new battery or something. But I'm gonna talk until the camera die. So I'm gonna try to get through this fast. With seeing the consequences before you take the action, it allows you to be a long-term thinker, and that's very important for your success, for your freedom, for what you are trying to seek. So think about it, observe, sit back, relax, understand what you want, and then act. Because if you try to act without knowing what you are acting upon, you're going to get a result and still think that you want this over here, but you're too busy acting to see that you want this thing over here. You get what I'm saying? There's a reason why Itachi's your favorite character. There's a reason why you can relate to Itachi. Take notes. Understand this man. Understand you. Once you understand you, you will understand all the people that you enjoy and you like watching. That's just how it is. Misunderstood calmness. Itachi he didn't need to flaunt. He didn't need to be the strongest in the room because he was. Mentally. Physically. His mental allowed him to be physically strong. He probably wasn't the biggest macho man, you feel me? But because of who he was and how he think and how he operated, it allowed him to be the best. In my opinion. That's my opinion. But as y'all seen, this is how this man went crazy in the arc of Naruto Shippuden. In the arc of Naruto, this man was him. And it's so crazy because he was the quiet one. He was the one that was never in front of everybody. He was the one that was him. He didn't need to seek outside validation for something to sustain him. He was quiet, but that quiet, a lot of people attack quietness because they think quietness is weakness. They think quietness is softness. They think silence is weakness. As I wrote down, they think quietness get mistaken for trying to hide. They think quietness and silence is weakness. People don't realize it's restraint strength. Like, for you to be able to be like, calm down, hey, I'm calming myself down so I don't lash out on you. That's strength. It takes a certain type of strength to do that type of shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be a powerful nigga. And that's Itachi. Itachi moved intentionally. He was never rushed, or he never reacted emotionally. That's a skill. That's a skill within itself. Him understanding himself to the point where he don't let other people get him out of his body. Word. Like I was saying earlier, he wait, he observed, and then he acts. And even if even if he's wrong in a moment, because he waited and understood himself, that specifically within himself allowed him to understood when he is wrong, he knows how to backtrack because he took the time out to be patient at first, to look around, to make sure, okay, I'm doing this because I want this. Oh, this was the wrong way I went about it. Let me take a step back, look at it. Okay, this is the way I went about it. I don't want to do this anymore because it's not getting me closer to where I want to be. Now I know how to take steps back because I thought about it before. Let me get to what I need to get to, how I'm supposed to get to it. He do everything intentionally. That's how you're supposed to be. Ground yourself. Take a couple steps inside of yourself to understand yourself. Don't rush it. Rushing art is like short-term success. I literally watched a video on that shit the other day. It's crazy, bro. If Itachi was not patient, he would be like Sasuke, seeking short-term success, getting the Orochimaru shit, getting the whole bunch of things that limit him in the end, but boost him in the beginning. It doesn't work like that. And last but not least, I'm gonna kind of sum these two up because my camera dying. You are surrounded but still alone. You might have friends, family, but just because you have friends, family, and people around you don't mean that you're understood. Itachi had family, friends around him, and he killed everybody. Not to say that that's what you need to do, but because of who he is, he understood what he needed to do, because loneliness and alone is not the same thing. Also, understand that being present does not mean that you're being seen. Understanding who you are is to understand who you are, but just because you're around a lot of people don't mean that people are going to understand you. It's a lot. And let me just read this. Loneliness isn't the absence of people, but the absence of alignment. And let me just kind of elaborate on that just really quick, because there's a difference between, like I said, loneliness and alone. Being alone is what I'm doing right now. I got family around me, I got friends around me, I love my people, I got a girl, but I'm always alone. That don't mean that I'm sad. It just means that I know what I'm supposed to be doing. It means that I understand my goals. It means that I don't need people outside of me telling me what I need to be doing, because I understand what I need to be doing. I know. So did Itachi. He didn't need his brother. He didn't need his family. He didn't need his friends. He didn't need his family around him 24/7. Then they could kill him. Not to say that you need to do that, but he did that because he understood his goal. He understood his mission. He understood him. And by doing that, allowed long-term success, but also allowed him to have his own freedom, and also allowed him, yes, to be alone but not lonely, because he understood what he was doing all of it for. Being lonely means that you don't understand what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm always running into a circle. I feel like I'm constantly in a cycle. I feel like there is nothing that I'm working towards. I feel like it's just always a dead end. And it might look like in the beginning I'm getting somewhere, but at the end it's always the same thing. That's loneliness. Not understanding or not moving towards what you truly want. And that's because you're making choices that don't defend what you truly want. And that's your freedom. I'm like Itachi, my nigga. That's tough. And the last thing is awareness. Awareness separates you. When you know something, when you know right from wrong in terms of what you want to live, then it takes you away from your friends. It takes you away from your family. It takes you, not all people, but some people, because you understand the differences. Not to say that this person is right and this person is wrong, because there's a thin line between that. But to understand your right and wrong is to understand you. Some people might say Itachi was wrong for killing his family. Some people might say he was right. I'm not promoting that. That's in a show. Some people might say that he was wrong for beating up his brother. Some people might say he was right for beating up his brother. Last thing, but once you see more, you do different. It's like once you see, then you naturally move different.